Margaret Kuhlman of Soul Astrology. So this new moon's in Taurus, right beside Mercury, and all of them making a trine aspect to Pluto up there in Capricorn, and sextiles to Jupiter down in Cancer, and also to Neptune particularly, and slightly also to Chiron in Pisces. So a pattern of earth and water. Taurus is nature itself. Taurus is the earth, and our bodies as our pieces of earth while we're here. Mercury is mental understanding, it's being conscious, and trining Pluto suggests that we will be pretty well in touch with the changes as they are happening, what needs to happen, how we can behave next. We have just come through an extremely tight time. The big square, which still shows in the chart and has been going on for the last couple of months, came to a completion of exactness, each planet tightly involved in that square. Planets squaring each other express that aspect of themselves, of their energy, which doesn't easily go with the others. So it was like a tussle, and many people that I've spoken to and heard from have been saying that they felt squeezed, as if there was something they wanted to do and just couldn't do it, something that they were being forced to do that didn't feel right. It culminated at Easter weekend, the 19th and 20th of April, and then just before this new moon there has been a sort of release this last week, a relaxing of the energy as the squares move past their exactness and become less intense. They are not going away completely. They will be back, and the distant planets continue to square each other for a while. But in this chart we can see that Mars, over there in Libra, not only is square to Pluto and Jupiter, but creating a quincunx to the Sun and Moon. So where we were perhaps held in a bit too tightly to relationship in a way that was not comfortable before, it's as though we're finding ways now in which relationship can work, perhaps realizing now that things are not as bad as they seemed, or that there are solutions that we hadn't previously thought of. Traditionally, Taurus is silent, so Mercury in Taurus doesn't always find the words to say what it means. And yet, with that connection to Jupiter in Cancer, the things that are said will be caring. And the sextile to Chiron and to Neptune show a good deal of empathy at work. From the square being the most important pattern for the last month, this month shows a growing triangle between Jupiter, Chiron and Saturn, all in water, family feeling, nurturing, healing the wounds, the old wounds that get revealed when arguments are triggered, the wounding originally coming from way back. And Saturn being part of this triangle suggests to me that any work we put in on this healing is very effective and gives us a good foundation for whatever will follow. This triangle keeps growing in strength, and at various points during the month, the moon moving round connects with different corners of it. On the 9th of May, the moon will be in Virgo and will complete a beautiful six-pointed star, trining as it will at the time the Sun in Taurus and Pluto, still in Capricorn of course. Giving the time in Universal Time, UT or GMT, it starts by connecting with Pluto at 9 a.m. and connects in a sort of ripple effect with all the other planets in that star, completing its turn at 10 p.m. on the 9th of May, GMT, by sextiling Saturn, bringing us securely into the Saturn influence of this triangle, the manifesting of our growth. So perhaps this month is more about working on our emotional mastery, choosing the way we feel when we do things, when we speak to people, acknowledging the instinctive reactions with compassion, but choosing how to behave, choosing the attitude with which we go into new situations or deal with old stuff. It's a combination of what we do on a physical level, on the Taurus level, but how we do it, affecting the world more through the care that we put into our actions than the actions themselves. At the full moon, we find that the moon is together with Saturn at that corner of the triangle, the second half of the month perhaps being even more to do with becoming conscious of the deeper layers of our emotions, knowing that every emotion we have, however irrelevant it may seem at the time, has got a very rational beginning and deeper cause which we carry with us. Mercury moves fast through Taurus this time, entering Gemini on the 7th of May, so from then on communication should be easier. And at the full moon it connects very beautifully with Venus, who is reaching Uranus and proceeding to make the double square with Pluto and Jupiter, a time for us to recognize and own up to how much each individual needs to be themselves, that we can never know how another person is feeling unless they tell us, that even if we sense things empathically, we still need to check and to give each individual their freedom to be different from what we thought. There's likely to be much communication about independence and how much space each person needs in a relationship. I would like to suggest that we use the 9th of May and that beautiful six-pointed star to tune in on the energy of the universe. When the sun, the moon, and 4 of the outer planets are all in harmony, the light of spirit flows easily into any space we make for it, and from everywhere where it can be, that vibration can affect the rest of the world. So the 9th of May could be a good day for meditating, for harmony, and maybe for peace, to enter into the hearts of all people. And for ourselves personally, perhaps it's a good day to ask for assistance for the rest of the month for these communications that need to happen, whereby we can express our truth, rock the boat, even capsize, and yet swim. All this is expressed possibly more clearly in the letter that I send out at the new moon to all those on my Astrology e-list. If you would like to receive the e-list, just email me and I'll put you on it. But it's on my website in any case. Above all, cease making war on your shortcomings. Smile at your humanness kindly. You are not special in your achievements, or your connections, or your possessions. You are special in being a single place, where the love of the one may flow into all manifested creation through the space you occupy. Therefore, feel the love of all creation, including all that you are now, and rest in the feeling of being loved.